Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final part of Sonic Advance 2. Hard to believe that we managed to get to the end this quickly, especially considering, we have unlocked 4 main characters. It's time to move on to the end, and this time I figured just to be different, we're gonna end this game with Cream the Rabbit.
3, 2, 1.
For the final level, the Egg Utopia Zone? This is Eggman's idea of a utopia. Of course, it would mean nothing but a gigantic space station with his face on it. I'm surprised he didn't call it the Death Egg Mark 3.5 or something like that. Although I am grateful that he didn't, because, you know, that's becoming a bit of a tired thing. It's just him calling his space stations the Death Egg. Yeah, and that's the problem with Cream's flight time, is it's just a little bit too shy to be able to get up to places like this. And, you know, I'm pretty sure Tails would have a much easier time. Cream, don't get at your ice cream right now. We're in the middle of a stage. We're in outer space, in case you hadn't noticed. How are you breathing? And, you know, I do want to apologize for seeming a little bit more negative than I feel this game deserves during the course of this playthrough. I mean, yes, this game has a lot of problems, but it also has a lot of promise. A lot of promise that I would like to see built upon, but I know probably never will. I mean, you could say, well, what about Sonic Advance 3? Oh, we'll get to that eventually, I can assure you. But not right away, please. Like, after we're done with Sonic Advance 2, I want to do something that's a little bit more enjoyable for me, so yeah, we're not going straight to Sonic Advance 3. No way. That's gonna take some time to do. Because, once again, you know, despite the fact that Sonic Advance 3 does show a certain degree of promise by building upon the stuff that it does here, it also does that Sonic Adventure 2 thing of building upon that promise while at the same time doing things on other front that just don't quite gel with me. And I should probably not say, you know, Sonic Adventure 2. I should probably say Sonic Heroes, honestly, because the Sonic Advance series kind of feels very similar to the whole Sonic Adventure series in terms of, you know, what's being brought to the table. You know, Sonic Advance 1 itself being a relatively, you know... why do I keep saying that? Ugh, I hate myself whenever I say you know too much. But I'm sorry for that. But Sonic Adventure 1 kind of felt like, let's take a 2D Sonic game and make it 3D in the most accessible way possible for, you know... God, shut up! Don't say that word again! For its generation! Ya know? And Sonic Advance 2, much like Sonic Adventure 2, takes the concepts and ideas from the previous game and builds upon them. Add some new stuff, make it a little bit more interesting. Which, your mileage may vary there on whether or not that's good, and I think it's not. It's in both cases. I can see this. I can see the light shining through. I can see. It's a case of I can see the light shining through. It may not be all there, but you could do something with it. And then the entry that follows, Sonic Advance 3 in this case, and Sonic Heroes in the case of Sonic Adventure 2, oh, it follows in all the wrong ways. But we'll get to that when we get to that. This is the final special stage, and you know, whereas I kept saying that I had so much trouble with the ones that came before this because there's so much crisscrossing, the final special stage is kind of linear in terms of its ring paths. So, while I still had a bit of trouble with this one, enough so that this is probably my third or fourth take, it was nowhere near as bad as this level of confusion and utter just incapability of connecting with the next to last special stage, which is the one that we did previously. But here, I did get down to the point where we were at the countdown point, but I still managed to get 300 rings a lot more easily here than I did before. So with that all said and done, we now have all 7 Chaos Emeralds as Cream the Rabbit. And I went and got the remaining Chaos Emeralds with the other characters off screen because I don't want to waste much time with this playthrough. And on to Egg Utopia Act 2. I can relax a bit because I'm not having to go after the Chaos Emeralds anymore. I don't have to go looking for special rings. Don't have to memorize their hidden locations all over the place. And in that sense, if you're just playing the game like that, I can see this game being okay, but when I have to consider the amount of fun that I'm having collecting the Chaos Emeralds, you know, collecting the hidden stuff that this game appeals to you with, you know, you're just like, do you like secrets or do you not? And I'm gonna say that no matter how fast-paced the game supposedly is, I like looking for hidden stuff. So yeah, I do like it when my Sonic games do that. But not when the mentality behind doing so is just entirely against the way the rest of the game's designed, is what I'm going to say. Or, you know, if it exists, just pad out the game needlessly, make a handheld game, a handheld Sonic game on a handheld system. I know Game Boy Advance was quite an advancement for its time, and you wanted to keep players playing their GBA as long as possible, unlike the previous generations. You know, even then there was like Pokemon, and that took up a lot of time, didn't it? But a Sonic game? You really want a Sonic game that wastes people's time by keeping the collectibles so annoyingly out of reach for such arbitrary reasons? I was supposed to just be your space flying by really darn fast. Like, let's be truthful. Let's not kid ourselves about some certain things regarding flying fast in space when you see the stars fly by at really high speeds. Bottomless pits. Like, really, the stuff that you see in space is really far away. Those stars, they are millions and millions and billions of light years off in the distance. You know, it doesn't matter how fast you're moving here, they shouldn't be moving near as fast. Unless that's like an asteroid storm or something in the background, I don't know. Ah! Pits! Like, where is this station going? It's so fast that those things in the background are flying by at such high velocity. Eggman, are you trying to travel around the Earth in 5 seconds? With this thing? Yeah. And you know, you're also probably wondering, why did I leave in so many falling down and hits moments in this particular stage? Well, again, I was more relaxed during this part of the playthrough. I didn't care about trying to make the playthrough look that much better, and I figured, you know, I might as well at least keep some of this stuff in to give a better idea of the fact that, oh, wouldn't you know, this game is actually kind of bottomless pit heavy in a way that's not fair! Ugh. Yeah, I'd be frustrated too, Cream. And cheese. Cream cheese. Yeah. Let me touch upon this very briefly when she was introduced. Cream is in this game doing her thing because she's worried about her mother. Because apparently her mother's been kidnapped by Eggman or something like that. I don't know. Like her mother's in trouble, but let's just assume that she's been kidnapped by Eggman. I don't know why Eggman took an interest in this little girl's mom. Well, maybe I don't want to know. But, either way, Cream's mother, she's missing. She's going on this adventure specifically to find her, which begs all sorts of interesting questions, like, where did she learn the spin dash? She wasn't friends. She hadn't even met Sonic until just earlier. How did she know how to do the spin dash? Granted, I could ask that question of Knuckles, like, how did Knuckles know the spin dash before he even met Sonic? Like, so many characters know all these maneuvers that you were meant to that we'd come to understand are maneuvers that are native explicitly to Sonic. Now, I can understand Tails learning it from Sonic because Tails and Sonic are such good buds, and that's how that works, but why does Knuckles know how to do a spin dash? Why does Cream know how to do a spin dash? It's kind of like, it's getting to be like Chaos Control. In fact, that's something I could say about Shadow the Hedgehog. How did he learn how to do the spin dash? I mean, well, he's a hedgehog. Hedgehogs roll into balls, but there's so much of this stuff that you kind of have to suspend your disbelief a little bit more than... I don't know. It just... How does this little rabbit girl, who's about, what, 6 years old, know how to do a spin dash? Also, why does everybody run so fast? I thought that was Sonic's thing. Ah, well. That's that boss destroyed at Egg Utopia, but now we're moving on to the final zone. XX Zone. Double X. And unfortunately, it's a boss rush stage. But since we have Cream and Cheese, and the bosses have much lower health in this particular instance, it's gonna go by a lot faster. Yeah, Cheese does have a little bit of a limited range, so you have to get somewhat closer. At the same time, again, we're plowing through these real quickly. That was the boss of the volcanic level. And this is the boss of the music plant. Cheese! Don't even have to jump on the moving platforms! Fuck that. Just go away, Eggman. I'm tired of your shit. We've been through this before. And this annoying thing where you have to hit the platform on the back in order to get enough jump height in order to hit Eggman. That is assuming, again, you don't have your weapon of mass destruction, Cheese the Chow. Oh, God. Cream is very much the easy mode of this game. There is no two ways about that. Like, you know, I'm already playing on easy mode, but cream and cheese, they just really increase the easy mode factor by that much, because these bosses mean nothing to me now. Get out of my way. You and your stupid egg roller. Even this thing that I hate so much with every other character. I have cheese now. Get out of the way. Move. I got a world to save, or a mother to save, I don't know. And this thing that I didn't really have the time to address the first time I saw it. It's sort of an anti-grab boss that just jumps up and down from the ceiling to the floor. Egg frog or something like that, I don't know. It's done. And the timer isn't even down to a minute, isn't up to a minute yet. That's all the rehash bosses. What have we got to go up against now? Oh, great, another giant narcissism robot. And with cheese at my side, there is absolutely no way that this guy is going to win. He doesn't move much, it's just the platforms that move and those two arms that launch at me. I don't even have to use the platforms to get up to his head. Look at this. Cream can enjoy an ice cream cone for a good moment and not have to worry about a thing. That is a lot of cheese right there. A little too much cheese, in fact. I think something needs to be done about that.
No cheese, Gromit.
Yep, time to show you exactly how that boss would go with Sonic or any of the other characters. Now, we've got these platforms here that raise every once in a while. It fires a laser and it launches its arms at you. Those arms are kind of worrying to me, so I like to stay back and... Ow. I like to stay back and deal with those arms first. One of them just only goes... Yeah, and trying to jump while the laser is up. Yeah, that's a bad idea. So yeah, I like to stay back and deal with the arms as they launch towards me as only I can before trying to actually hit the head. Because at that point... Like, if you couldn't destroy the arms, I think this boss would be a lot harder. Otherwise, it's actually more or less tedious, because once the arms are out of the way, the only thing you have to worry about is that laser and the racing platforms. So once the arms are out of the way, you don't have to worry about them being launched at you. You just wait for this platform to raise up, avoid the laser, and boop them on the head. Lather, rinse, repeat. Now, again, cheese makes this an absolute non-event of an issue. But this, you know, when you approach it like this, it is safe, with the sort of level of safety that I'm going at it at, yeah, it's not that much worse. I mean, again, if Sonic can do this, all the other characters can do this. I know you're impatient, Sonic, but this boss is so pathetic. He's not gonna last. I think one more boop will do the trick. Yep, there we go. And that does it for all of Eggman's schemes for this game. And since all the characters' endings are relatively the same, I'll show you them all at once at the same time. Egg Utopia Station is damaged, falls out of the sky, and goes... boom. These characters all fall down to the ground. Once they reach there, if you notice, Cream's mother is there and waiting. So, Cream managed to save her mom, or maybe her mom wasn't captured in the first place. Who knows? But here's the thing about the Chaos Emeralds. The first person that you unlock Chaos Emeralds with and end the game with unlocks the Tiny Chow Garden. The second person that you unlock all the Chaos Emeralds with and end the game gets you the Sound Test. The third one will allow you to fight the bosses in Time Attack mode. And after collecting all the Chaos Emeralds as all 4 characters, you can play as Amy. But we're not going to be doing that for this playthrough. But since Sonic has all 7 of his Chaos Emeralds, another stage has opened up to us. I wonder what this could be. True Area 53? Let's find out. There's Cream's mother and a bunch of animals. Everything looks fine. Oh, wait, something's wrong. They're all getting sucked up by some invisible thing. Cream's mother has been captured again. Or maybe she wasn't captured in the first. Either way, she's been captured. Rats! Oh, poor girl. She just lost her mother. I've got to do something. And, I like how all of this can be done without any dialogue, the implications of what we see. Cream being upset, Sonic deciding he needs to take up the power of Super Sonic to do something about it. And as we can tell, it's another one of Eggman's robots. It's hard to tell whether or not Eggman himself is inside it, but we can pretty much assume at this point. Oop. And it's another supersonic fight in space to destroy this thing. Unfortunately, the only way to real damage this thing is by launching its own missiles back at it, which is kind of awkward. Like, nothing can really damage you as supersonic, nothing more than time itself draining away your rings. That laser, though, that will freeze Supersonic if it does hit him. And with Sonic frozen, the machine will try to capture Sonic and drain his rings even faster. So don't let that happen. Or even if it doesn't hit you and thinks that it did, it will try to suck you in regardless, so try to boost back out of that. Keep collecting rings. This is actually a fairly challenging boss battle, yeah. But I think I've got a good pattern down here, so long as I don't lose too many rings here. Whenever it tries to hit me with the freeze laser. But it changes its pattern once it gets down to its final few hits, to the point where it starts spinning at you, although I think that's a little bit irritating. It's not irritating enough that you can't easily deal with it. You still have to bounce the missiles back at it. And boom! Once it's done for, you get the capsule that was inside and manage to take it away as the thing explodes. Supersonic got through Extra Zone! Yeah! Now he just has to get it back to Earth. Or whatever you call that place, I don't know. We'll call it Earth. Falling through the atmosphere. Supersonic's invulnerable to the atmospheric heat, but is the capsule? Oh no, it broke open. And while those birds are fine, because they can fly, we gotta save Cream's mother, because she certainly can't fly. But then again, neither can Sonic, so how does being able to grab her hand like this save her? Do the birds help? I don't get this. It's just like, yay, we saved Cream's mom! How? They're still gonna go splat when they hit the ground, or, at least I would think that they would, if not for the previous ending scenes showing that, yeah, any character can just fall from space and then land on the ground perfectly fine. It's not like they have knees or bones to break upon landing. But yeah, all is well and good. Happy ending. Cream's mom's safe, Sonic made it back safe, and Eggman is defeated once again. presumably. Again, we didn't actually see Eggman inside that machine. Not clearly, anyway, but we can assume that it was him and that he's been well and truly dealt with. Cream's got her mother back, who would actually be named, I think, until Sonic X. I'm not sure. I think her name... we know her name now as Vanilla the Rabbit. You know, Vanilla, cream and cheese. Came up with those names while you were hungry or something like that. And of course there's Chocola in Sonic Heroes, so... I mean, they're not terrible names, but... yeah, that's Cream's mother, Vanilla the Rabbit. She's safe. Everyone's okay. Sonic seems to have run off as usual. But that does it for Sonic Advance 2. If I haven't been clear enough, this game is very polarizing. Like, I feel like I've been more negative than positive in my assessment of this game over the course of this playthrough, but I do want to say that there is a lot of good about this game, and I do like the potential that it has. I just feel like its potential has been mismanaged. Like, this hit a mark, but it didn't hit the mark, and it would not continue to hit the mark for the games that would follow, at least in my opinion. But that all said and done, we are done with Sonic Advance 2, so thank you absolutely everyone for watching. As always, I will direct you to my Twitter, Instagram, and Discord in the description below if you want to follow up on either of those. RCFS, and out.